Welcome to a Lil Tea Time.
Y'all ready?
Welcome to a Lil Tea Time.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to a Lil Tea Time.
Who listen?
Welcome to a Lil Tea Time.
All right.
Welcome to a Lil. Welcome to a Lil. Welcome to a Lil. Welcome to a Lil. Welcome to a Lil Tea Time. Welcome to a Lil Tea Time.
All right, y'all. Happy Friday. It is me, Jarek, aka JRUC, your favorite published author, and welcome to A Lil Tea Time. It is officially Friday, and I'm so happy that today is Friday. It's been a long week. But I am here, and I am very excited to be with you guys. So we're gonna get into today's word of the day. Are y'all ready? Before we do that, though, got a shout out to Bigelow Perfect Peach for tonight's tea blend with Bigelow Perfectly Mint for the tea that's in my cup. Now that I have spoken on their tea, let's get into my tea. So today's word of the day is macroscopic. Macroscopic is an adjective, and it is from the English 19th century, meaning it is visible to the naked eye, not microscopic, and relating to large scale or general analysis. Gotta send a shout out to Shayna D Music with her single Pack It Up as the song of the week, available everywhere where music is sold on iTunes and Apple Music. So y'all get into that. You guys get over to sausysonyaspices.com and use my coupon code A Lil Tea Time, one word, and receive 5% off of your purchases when you shop over at Saucy Sonia Spices. You can also receive 10% off of your purchases when you use their coupon code SPRING, and you have an opportunity to check out Chef Saucy Spy Ass Cookbook, available right now on the website at sausysonyaspices.com. I've been promoting them over my Facebook page. So if y'all have not yet had any opportunity to get to their website, there is still yet time for you, and you. The Brazen Spirit exhibit is now in full effect. You have the opportunity to get out there and check out the artwork from Sherry Tambero, Julie Glass, and Parker Turner at 708 Texas Street at the Art Space through May the 28th. So you definitely got time to get out there, check out the exhibit. Gotta send a shout out to Adriana with Lucky for You and Fake Roses. The music is available as of today. Her album dropped. And if y'all have not seen the video for Lucky for You, I shared it all over my Facebook and shared it to Twitter. I literally had such a phenomenal time watching the video. I listened to the song a couple of times before I watched the video last night. And then after I saw the video, I shared it and shared it and shared it. Adriana, you did a fantastic job. You guys did a fantastic job with the concept, the outfits, the hair. I love it gave me like a Cinderella Rapunzel vibe. And then with the color green and gold, it was just really a great play to the eye on color. So I enjoyed this video, you guys. I hope y'all get out there and get over to YouTube and check out that video. The album is also available today, so y'all can definitely get into her music. So congratulations to you, Adriana. Check out Jay Sign's album Molotov, available right now on Apple Music and iTunes. I've been listening to some of the new stuff that he's working on right now, and I'm going to be updating y'all on new music that's going to be coming soon from Mr. Jay Sign, so y'all stay tuned for that. Shout out to AJ Causey with his album right now, Kansas, available right now everywhere where music is sold, so y'all can definitely get into that sound. Gotta continue to shout out Mimsy with her album, The Marsh, and y'all can check out her show Monday at Words of a Lattes at the Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club at 618 Commerce Street. So y'all get ready for that on Monday. Shout out to Mr. Martell Lacey with his single Spell on Me, available right now where music is sold on Apple Music and iTunes. Shout outs to 93 underscore Breezy with her new single No Negative Vibes, available right now on iMusic and Apple Tunes. Shout out to Sweet Nay with her single Whooped, also available right now. Shout out to Ego Tripping and Official Patience dropping Above Ground, coming really soon. The date's getting closer to it, so we're gonna definitely keep y'all in the loop. And to all of the artists that I just shout out on tonight's show, if y'all looking to watch tonight's show via Facebook, via Instagram, please keep me posted on new music that y'all are dropping. I would definitely work it into future shows. And I'm just such a fan of what y'all are doing that I just want to continue to be a beacon of light for y'all with your music and with everything that you're doing. So y'all keep me posted on new music, on new events that y'all are doing, on new everything. So just keep me in the loop. Got a shout out to Mr. James Joffrin with his acting workshop. The final day of class is on Monday. I spent some time today going through my script, and I filmed me actually doing some of my lines. So I'm very excited about class next week for the final day. So y'all stay tuned. I'll have some great news for y'all on Monday. Also, stay tuned to the Ratchet City Blues documentary with Cherie Gray of Lumpy Grits Artistry. We are gearing up to film really soon. And got a shout out to Miss Victoria Studs joining the cast of the Ratchet City Blues documentary. Friday, May the 13th, comedian Country Wayne will be here at the Strand Theater. Y'all get those tickets for the comedy show. Get out there and show them some love. Also, May the 27th, at the Shreveport Municipal Auditorium, Young Jeezy and K Michelle, they are gearing up for their show. So the tickets are available right now at Ticketmaster. Y'all get ready for that. Call for submissions to all LGBTQ writers. Handbasket Zine issue number 12 is looking for your most memorable hookup. Send your 400 to 700 word essays by May the 14th to handbasketzine.gmail. No, handbasketzine at gmail.com. That's HANDBASKETZINE at gmail.com. And I also post a flyer to my page where people are getting to it and they have an opportunity to submit their work for this magazine. I support this magazine, and I am definitely going to be trying to get as many LGBTQ writers over there to support what my friend Mr. Taylor B is doing with everything over there at Handbasket Zine. So shout out to you guys. Breaking news. Jay Funds, aka Lil Murder, announced on his Twitter that the long-awaited premiere of season 2, P Valley, will be back on Stars June the 3rd. You guys check y'all local listening for the time and the date of airings, but I'm very excited about P Valley coming back. It's been a long while. It's been a long while for the show, but I'm very excited to have everybody back for that film. For the show, not the film, for the show. Um, Health, Beauty, and Queer Source Fair is tomorrow at at 201 Market Street from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can also check out the event Spring Into Shopping with Us, also happening from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. 2438 East Texas Street. So you guys can gear up for that over in Bossier City. The Taco Wars is also happening tomorrow from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Shreveport Municipal Auditorium. Happening Saturday night, the Sunset happening Sunset Saturday on the rooftop featuring singing sensation Najee at Club Hayes from 9 o'clock p.m. to 2 o'clock a.m. So y'all can gear up for that. Also happening Saturday, Martell Lacey and Fox Grove will be performing at the House of Blues in Houston, Texas. So you guys can get ready for that. It's going to be a great show featuring Miss Courtney Buns. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that. May the 1st, Wildman Scoob presents the first Sunday comedy show featuring Clyde Williams, Glenn Stewart, and Munchie, hosted by Tanja D at 618 Commerce Street at 2 o'clock p.m. You guys can get over to the Wildman Scoob to purchase tickets for the comedy show, and y'all go out there and have some fun. The Pot, Paint, and Sip Garden Party edition is happening May the 7th. The location has not yet been announced, but I will keep you guys updated when I get the location. It's going to be at 5:30, and the snacks will be provided by Queen Cuisine. So you guys get ready for that. Once the address is available, I will let y'all know. May the 7th, Pure Fashion Boutique presents the Cookout pop-up shop and day party from 2 o'clock p.m. to 7 p.m. featuring DJ XLPBD360. So I hope you guys are getting ready for that. And finally, the State Fair of Louisiana 2022 Spring Fest has kicked off this week. I have my last pair of tickets that I'm going to be doing for the final giveaway tonight. So if y'all are prepared for tonight's giveaway, stay tuned for the end of the show, and I will definitely be announcing the final winner of the last pair of tickets. Want to continue to shout out Miss Miriam Harley, Mr. Deidre Williams, and my mother, who all won their tickets. And so I'm definitely looking forward to tonight's winner. And to get in on the drawing, it's only a simple $5 donation via Cash App at $Jarek D. Thomas 34. So y'all gear up for tonight's giveaway. Stay tuned for tomorrow's show with my guest, Miss Amber Marie. And on to Facebook birthdays. Happy birthday to my Facebook followers, Miss Becca J, to Miss Letitia, and to Miss Carlisha. Now that I have spilled my tea, I am ready to bring in tonight's guest. She is a woman of many hats, and I met her at her counseling graduation, and tonight she is here with us, Dr. Tiffany Williams. So, Dr. Tiffany, I'm about to buzz you in, and we can have some time to talk about what it is that you're doing with your brand. And it looks like Dr. Tiffany went off the camera, went off the screen. Shout out to everyone who's watching tonight's show. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you are watching, please share tonight's show for future people to watch, for people who have not had the opportunity to watch the shows. Invite, add. Okay, so it should be to bring her in a few moments. Whew.
Hey, hey.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
I'm well, just a little hot. Just a little hot. Welcome to a Lil Tea Time. I'm so grateful to have you here tonight. I know that we've been working to get you in, and now that we've gotten you, it's such an honor and a pleasure to meet you.
I'm honored that I'm able to be on a Lil Tea Time. I've heard a lot about it. A couple of my friends have already been on the show, and they told me about it. So I'm excited that I'm a guest on a Lil Tea Time.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So we're gonna just dive right in. I was telling the people, the viewers at home, that I met you at your counseling graduation,
Mm-hmm.
and that you are also a published author.
Yes.
So can you just dive into tell us a little bit about who you are and about your book?
Okay. As we all know, I am Dr. Tiffany Williams. I'm a published author. I have 2 books. My first book was published in 2015. It's called The Walking Testimony. And The Walking Testimony is just the story of my life, the things that I've been through, the things that that I thought I would never overcome, and how God brought me through those things. No matter how low I got, God never forsake me. It was just a book of the testimonies that people are afraid to talk about. You know, when we get in church, we give the cute testimonies. Oh, I got a new car. Oh, I got a new job. Oh, I got a new this and a new that. The ones that make people shout and dance. But a walking testimony is the ugly testimonies, the ones that people are afraid of, the drug abuse, the alcohol abuse, all the things that God brought me through, the pain, the hurt, the mental anguish, the depression, the suicidal thoughts, all of that stuff that, you know, people don't want to talk about because it's so taboo in the Black community. Because in the Black community, nobody wants to talk about depression because what happens in the house stays in the house.
That's it.
But walking testimony airs it all out. But what I love about the book is the subtopic is there's a story behind my praise. That when you see me shouting and dancing and running in the church and crying, there's a reason behind it. Because God had brought me so far. That he didn't leave me in my mess. He didn't leave me in the stuff that I was doing. And that even though I was in that mess and even though I was going through that, he brought me over. And I started off by letting people know that no matter how far you have gone, no matter how far you think you have gone, God can bring you out of it. The second book I wrote, it was actually published last year. It's called Pain. It's necessary. A lot of things that we go through is just to build us. It's a 14-day plan to help us deal with the pain that we've experienced, the pain that we put in our subconscious that we hide from the world that we don't want to deal with. But in this meantime, it's blocking us from where God is trying to take us. Because we hold on to all this blockage. God can't do nothing with a full vessel. He needs to empty us out. So pain teaches us, and I say us because when I wrote it, I had to get through some stuff myself. So it was a journey for me to even write it. And I use that book to help others. You have to go day by day, and you have to go. Sometimes I tell people when I talk about the book that everybody want to be healed, but nobody want to reveal. But in order to heal, you have to reveal what you've been through. You have to admit that you've been hurt. You have to admit that some pain is right there. You got to bring it out of the subconscious and say, I've been hurt. God, I'm not over this. God, I'm not through with this. God, I need you to heal me. And pain is a 14-day journey to let you know that the pain was necessary to get you where God is trying to take you. To build you up so that you can go back and get somebody else. Or even help somebody not go through what you're going through.
That's it. Letting someone see that there's a better way.
Yes, and let people see that you're human. So many times that we walk around with this mask that we're so perfect just because we're in the church, and we don't want people to realize that we're human and we go through stuff. So we have to take off the mask and be vulnerable and let God heal us for real.
That's it. I firmly believe in that because of the fact that my books, of course, was me releasing a lot of what I've been through and opening myself to a place where I can be better. And letting people know that this is who I am. Y'all see the smile and all of that, but this is really the person that y'all don't get to see.
Right. You don't get to see what took me to get there.
Yes.
Right.
It's a piece that I have in my first book of poetry, The Confession of a Conceited Drama King. It's titled Glitz and Glam. And you see the glory of it, but you don't know the glory of it.
Right.
And because all you see is the pretty, the shiny, the fancy stuff. You don't know what goes behind the scenes.
Right.
To be where they are.
Absolutely. People are always walking around, oh, I want to be like them. Oh, I want that. But you don't know what it took for me to get that. You don't know what it took for me to get right here. You don't want my faith because it was trying to get my faith. You don't know what I had to do to get to my faith level. The trials and the tribulations I had to go through. The strength that I had to build to get to my faith level. Be careful what you pray for.
Ooh, all of it. We're going to move on to the next question. That's it. That's all. What do you do for fun when you're not working?
When I'm not working, I'm with a bunch of kids. I love children. I have I tell people all the time they work my nerve and calm my nerve all at the same time. And it's crazy because I've birthed only one child in the world, and he's a 12-year-old boy, and he's giving me a run for my money. But I wouldn't trade one day of being his mother. And in the process of him, I've gained all of these other children whose lives I've touched in some way, some form or fashion. And I love being with kids. I even every year for my birthday, I throw a special birthday party just to have kids around me. And I have at least 20 kids at my birthday party. I'd rather have a birthday party with a whole bunch of kids than a whole bunch of adults.
Amen.
And I just love children. And the kids are just my heart because I don't want them to go through life suffering and having to get to my age to try to heal when I can stop it or try to help them now. So my heart is for the young people. That if I can save one, Jerry, I think I'm batting 1,000. So in my free time, I'm with kids. I coach a basketball team of young boys, and I have a mentor program. So I'm always doing something with children. Children in my heart.
I love that. I love that you said that if you can save one, you batted 1,000. I'm such a firm believer of what we do as human beings be of service. We have to consistently be of service when we can and where we can. Because when we're of service, it's not us doing what we want to do. We're doing what God told us to do.
Right.
And when we do what God told us to do, we'll come out more blessed on the other side of it.
Absolutely, on the other side.
And we have to we're willing to help save someone's life.
Absolutely.
We see it every day. Just kids, they shoot, killing the streets. They don't have anything positive to do. They don't have anywhere positive to go.
Absolutely.
So for someone like you, taking it upon yourself to do something to get these young men something positive to do, I commend you, sister, because you're doing the work. And it takes you are a part of someone's village.
Thank you.
Yes.
Because I still believe in the village. I really do. I like to deal with parents who still believe in the village, because I'm the type of person when I'm mentoring and when I'm coaching, once your child step into my presence, they're not mine. So I'm going to correct them. I'm going to discipline them. I'm going to give them the right things and the wrong things, and I'm going to correct the wrong things that they do. So if you not that parent that wants your child to be corrected, I'm not that person you need in their life, because I refuse to watch a child make a wrong decision and don't do anything about it. So many times I see people watching kids these days making bad decisions and never open their mouth. Oh, because that's not my child, I'm not going to say nothing. But that could have been your child they was doing it to. But then you would have an attitude. So why not just say something? Even if they refuse to do what you said, at least you planted the seed.
Yes.
At least you made the effort.
Yeah, as I was scrolling on the news last night, where this woman was child abusing a baby, a young child, and no one knew what was going on. No one knew. And one of the ladies who talked about it, she said if she would have known, she would have did something. And she didn't even know that her mother was child abusing a child. And it was just shocking. I was like, wow, you never know what people are doing.
Right. You never know.
You have to be willing to put yourself in a place where we have to be transparent. These children are the future, and because they are the future, we have the responsibility of guiding them in the right way.
Absolutely.
So the next question is, what inspired you to develop your idea to be a writer?
I wanted to reach as many people as I could. And I've always been a writer. I've always journaled. When I was younger, I kept so many journals. Like when I was dealing with stuff that I felt like I had nobody to talk to, I would write it. That's the way I dealt with my pain. I would write. I would constantly write. So when I decided to write my first book, it was because I felt like, because God had brought me through, it was my assignment now to go back and bring somebody else through. Because even the word of God says we win them by the power of our testimony. So what right did I have to keep my testimony to myself? Who was I going to save if nobody ever knew that God brought me over? So that was my inspiration, and it was a lot of stuff that I needed to get out. Number one, so that I can keep healing, because a lot of people think that once you get healed that first time, oh, you delivered forever. It don't work like that, because you think just because you got healed, the devil gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm done with her. No, he coming back, and he coming back for real this time, and he gonna keep coming back, and he gonna keep coming back. And so my book was inspired by, I had got delivered and I needed to help somebody else. And I wanted to reach as many people as possible. And I felt like the best way to do it was through a book.
That's it. I love that. You got fans coming in, shouting you out.
Hey,
Corny
y'all.
and Hot and Matt, Just Mine. They're right now shouting you out. They're sending you some love. Tish Lovelace is also shouting you out right now.
Hey,
Candy
everybody.
Williams as well. They're all shouting you out. Man.
Jasmine. Hey, sis. My mom
Um,
is up here too. Hey, Mom.
okay, I'm about to say congratulations. Good evening, Queen Sister. The next question is, how did you decide when to establish your brand?
The first, well, I sent you two. The first one, Daniel 120 Academy, I decided to establish that one in 2020. Right after COVID really hit. It's focused on children. I'm an educator at heart.
Yes.
I've been in the education field for almost 16 years. Started on a university level, but I realized I can't teach grown people. um, and so I was working in Cattle, and I saw the brokenness in the school system, in the kids in the school system, and I saw the need for the extra. And I hate to say this, but it needs to be said. We have a lot of teachers and not enough educators. And a lot of us don't understand the difference. A teacher goes to get a paycheck. An educator has a ministry. They're a teacher, they're a minister, they're a counselor, they somebody's mama, they somebody's daddy, they hugging on somebody's child that ain't got a hug all week. They probably feeding somebody's child that probably don't get a meal. And I saw all of that, and it burdened my heart that I was just watching it daily, and nothing was being done about it. Because unfortunately in Shreveport there's a lot of urban schools, and I taught in urban schools, and a lot of these kids from these schools ended up at my house. I was actually, taking care of these kids at my house. And that's where Daniel 120 Academy came from. I started mentoring kids in my house. I was doing a 90-day program. I was taking kids out of their home that didn't know how to get it right at home and at school. And I moved them in my house. And they had 90 days to get it right through my program. And it was successful. I had a lot of people who finished the program, went back home and doing great. They are doing great right now. And I would teach them that in order to be successful in life, you have to first be successful at home, because you don't respect home, you don't respect nowhere. Because if you don't respect mama and you don't respect daddy, you sure not going to respect a stranger in the streets.
That's it.
And that's what I taught them when they was with me. When you came here, I became mom. So you had to respect me. I had kids that didn't even know what yes ma'am and no ma'am. No, you're not gonna yell and know me. Not living under my roof. So, and then I would let them go visit their parents, and if they got bad reports at school, we dealt with it. And while they were here, if they had bad grades at school, I would tutor them while they were here and stuff like that. So it was birthed out of the need of seeing children just being sent to school. No guidance, no knowledge, just no respect. Like, what's really going on? So the educator part of me kicked in. What can you do to help these children? Like I said earlier, if I can just save one, I feel like I'm batting 1,000. And so that's how Daniel 120 Academy came to life. I needed to help these kids. I needed to realize that in spite of where you came from, you still have a purpose. You still have a future. You still can be successful. Your situation doesn't determine your future. Just because you live in the hood don't mean you have to come to school acting like you from the hood. And just because mama not loving on you at home, I know that's hard and I know that hurts, but you can still get an education. A lot of broken people are famous today. That could be you. And that's what I taught them. You don't have to let your situation determine your future. And I wanted them to know that. And my motto was just what Daniel 120 said, that every child is 10 times smarter than a heathen child. You got the ability. Everything that you needed was on the inside of you. And I was the person that was trying to bring that out. We're going to bring out everything that you got bottled up on the inside with this hurt and this anger that you're dealing with because of your certain situations and circumstances, and we're going to use it. We're going to use it. That's right, Pastor Butler. They born for it. You may not have been born with it. You may not have been born in it, but you were definitely born for it. And that's what I taught them. You may not come from the greatest home. And I used to love on them. That's one of my biggest things I did, Jared. I loved on them. Yes. I remember this one child. I taught 4th grade at this school, but it was this kid down the hall in kindergarten, I think. He so you can imagine how old he was, like 5. Watched his mom and dad be murdered right in front of him. And all this child wanted was somebody to be loved, somebody to love on him, because he didn't have his parents anymore. So he would come to school and he would cut up, come to school and cut up. And so one day I ran up on him in the hallway cutting up, and I just grabbed him and I hugged him. And he just poured out in tears. Like, he cried for like 30 minutes. And I just sat there for 30 minutes and I loved on him. And every time he would see me, hey, Miss Tiffany, how you doing? I even gave him my phone number. He would call me at night before he went to bed. And one night, his grandmama called me and she said, Miss Tiffany, I don't know you. I've never met you. But every night that he goes to bed, he sleeps all night long after he talks to you. But if he don't talk to you, he never sleeps. And that touched me because I made a difference. Because all he wanted was somebody to love on him. And that's how I created the academy, because I seen a lot of broken kids. And I have a heart for kids that's going through. And because I don't want them to be 30, 40 years old still trying to figure out how to get over something.
You know something? That's deep. That's deep. If I would have mentioned the difference between in my life, I would have probably lived with those kids. Because we all come from that situation in some fashion, shape, or form. And to hear that you have these kids found peace, because they found peace. They were able to shake off the negativity, and they found some mind. It's you showing them, just seek God. Seek God. Find you some peace. Deal with your issues. Let it out. Don't let it consume you, but let it heal you. And I didn't realize this is going to be this type of show. You are doing a phenomenal job.
Thank you so much.
to meet you. This really is a pleasure to meet you because I didn't know you was with your organization. And to talk to you tonight, you're really changing lives.
Thank you.
I would have been one of those kids. If I would have known you, I would have probably been one of those kids. And because I know what I've been doing, and I can talk about me, but I know where I'm at now that if I didn't have God on my side, if I didn't have God on my side,
And
the
if all
struggle,
of us would just admit that, Jared.
because you got to go and seek Him for yourself. Because we come from, and I can't speak for all nationalities of people. I can speak for black people. Black people, we come from those situations where we ain't got too many people we can go and talk to about what we go through. So me being the person that I was, I took to art and music and writing and painting just so I can just get my energy out where I didn't have in so much anger and so much frustration. I put it on paper. But to see what you're doing with these children, that's something that is a calling. That's a calling. Not everyone can do what you're doing. That's a calling. And you're living in your purpose and you're definitely walking in your purpose. So I commend you.
Thank you.
I commend you. Tell us about your other business.
My other business is called Fresh Wind Publishing Company. I established that one after I wrote the second book because a lot of people was asking questions. What do I need to do? I got a book, but I don't know what to do. Can you help me? Um, but so many of us got a story. So many of us got a story to tell. But how do I get it out there? Where do I start? Was always my always the question that came. So I was doing little classes every now and then to help people get started. But then I thought about it. Why not start a publishing company? Why do my people or whoever that I don't care where it come from,
Mhm.
why keep sending them to Amazon to publish a book? Why keep sending them to all these other publishing companies when I can publish it for them? I know what to do. I know how to do it. I've done it twice. I can do the graphics. I can do the editing because I wrote more papers throughout the years of being in school for the majority of my life. I can do the editing. I can do everything that the publishing company is going to do. That's probably going to charge them an arm and a leg, and then take 15 to 20%, maybe 30% of the royalties every time they sell a book. So I decided, why not do it for my community? Why not do it for Shreveport? So that's how a Fresh Wind came about, because I wanted to help those who have a story to tell, just like I did, get their story out there.
Mhm.
So they can do exactly what I did, help somebody else, because their story is going to help another person. Their story is going to help bring somebody else. So everybody has a story, and like I said earlier, our testimony is not ours. It's for somebody else. Our story is not for us to keep. Who are we to think that we are bold enough to keep our story to ourselves? Who we gonna help being selfish? Tell a story. So a Fresh Wind came about when I got my second win, when I wrote my book. And the name came about when I was thinking, God, what can I do different? And I was in the process of rededicating myself to God fully. And God told me, I'm giving you a fresh wind to start. I'm giving you a fresh wind to start over. And that's how I ended up with the name of the book publishing company, A Fresh Wind. And he does it often. He gives us a fresh wind on a regular basis, because a fresh wind is not something you get and it lasts you a lifetime. It's something we need on a regular basis, to go to God and ask God for a new, renew our minds, renew our hearts. And that's how I came up with the name of the company, for these people to get a fresh wind, to get these books out, get these stories out, children books or whatever it may be, because you may be helping a child. Your story may help. It's going to help somebody. My goal is to make sure it helps somebody.
Thank you, because now you're confirming what I've been doing with me writing these books. It's a thing of we have a responsibility, especially as writers. We have a responsibility to reflect the time that we live in. We have to talk about the times that we live in. And when our time has passed, the generation that's coming, they're going to be able to find our book somewhere on a bookshelf or in a time capsule or something, and they can go and read our book and be like, that's what was going on then.
Right.
And see how things have changed. So I'm so wow. You're doing a phenomenal job with the definition of Black excellence.
Thank you. Thank you.
Definitely the definition of Black excellence. And our community sisters too, doing the thing. Really. The next question is, how have your priorities changed since you started your business?
Oh my gosh. My priority has always been God first. Everything else a distant second. Because without God, I wouldn't be able to do none of it. Because when I was, like a lot of us, was trying to do it on my own, I constantly failed. And God had to remind me that until you put me back in line, back where I'm supposed to be, you're not going to accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish. So when I started Daniel 120, Daniel is my biblical mentor. Like, because Daniel was the type of person that I don't care what they tried to make him do, he was steadfast and unmovable on what God wanted him to do. And that's just where I am in my life, that if it ain't God first, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it. And if you think you're going to take the place of God, then we got a problem. Because I know that without God, Daniel 120 wouldn't be in existence. A Fresh Wind wouldn't be in existence. Tiffany wouldn't be in existence.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely wouldn't have no letters behind my name. So my priority is always God first. And even with my companies, I try to put my kids, I probably try to put my kids right after God. Because I was at a point, Jerry, where I was work. And I was so busy trying to be a provider, being a single mom, that I was forgetting to be a mother. I got to do this for my kids. I got to make sure the bills are paid. I got to do this. I got to do that. So I was working. I was the little worker bee. And I forgot to be a mom.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I'm reprioritizing my life, I still work because I still got to provide. I still got to take care of my kids. But I'm starting to spend more time with them, do more things with them that they want to do. And it's not all about work. If it's not done by a certain time of the day, I'm sorry, it just won't get done. Because my kids need mom. I don't want my kids to grow up saying mama was a good provider, but she was in the house, but she wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens a lot in our communities, that the parents, they were providing, they were in the house, but they wasn't there. The love wasn't there. The hugs wasn't there. All the things that the children really needed wasn't there. And I made up my mind that I didn't want to be that parent. I had became that parent. So I prioritized my life like that. God, my children, then my businesses.
Okay. I like that. Don't forget about yourself.
Oh, me, I gotta take care of me. Well, I'm gonna put, let me redirect that. God, myself, my children, then my businesses. Because if I don't take care of me first, then I'm no good for my children. I'm working on it. It's difficult because I'm so used to taking care of everybody else, Jared, all of my life. that I had got to the point where I wasn't taking care of me. But over the last year, I have been putting myself first. I have been putting myself above everybody else and taking some me time. Because when you working for yourself, it takes a lot of time, and when you're a single parent, it takes a lot of time. So I do make time for myself, just to wind down, so that I can still be in a mental state of mind, so that I can be where I need to be for them.
Okay, I love that. The next question is, what challenges did you overcome on your journey?
What challenges did I overcome? Oh my God. Being a self-taught entrepreneur was my biggest challenge. I didn't take a class. I didn't go to business school. I decided that I wanted a business, and I taught myself how to do it. And both of my businesses, I built them from the ground up, from studying, watching other businesses, trial and error. I didn't have a business mentor. I didn't take a class to teach me how to do it. So the biggest challenge was the trial and errors, the fails, the failures, because I'm a big perfectionist. Even though I know that it'll never be perfect, I want things to be as close to perfect as possible. So I had to get used to the failures, but I had to realize that my failures wasn't the end of it all. It was just me having to regroup and revamp what I was doing and keep pushing. So that was my biggest challenge, is to keep pushing even when it didn't go the way I planned.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. The next question is, what strategies did you use first to market your business?
Um, my biggest strategy and my most successful strategy, especially with the academy, is word of mouth and professionalism. My biggest entity within the academy is my tutoring, because I tutor, and I try to provide the best education supplement to what they get at school as possible, regardless of what grade they are that your child is on when they come to me. I always try to teach a grade up. Once I get them to the foundation and their basics, if they're behind, I try to teach a grade up, so they'll always be ahead of the class. So and I've never had a child not be promoted, or I've never had a child grade not improve at least 2 grade levels in a semester. So it was mostly always word of mouth. I use Facebook and social media and things like that. That's my biggest marketing, is word of mouth and social media.
Okay. So the next question is, how do you define success?
Success is learning to fail and never giving up.
Simple. Just straight to it. Straight to it. I love that. The final question, and then we're gonna move on to candy or corn. What's the best advice you can give someone thinking about starting a business or pursuing their dreams?
Just do it. Quit procrastinating. Trust God. Pray about it. If you know that is what God is telling you that you need to do, just do it. You have to make the first step. If you constantly say, I need to, and I need to, but never put in the effort or never even start, it'll never get done. And you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you're capable. I don't care if it's you're trying to create a new crayon. At least start mixing some colors. Do something at home. Just do something. Just do it.
That's it. You gotta get to work. You gotta at least take one step. If you take one step, everything else will find its way there. You gotta just start
Absolutely.
taking steps.
Absolutely.
Now we're gonna change up the energy a little bit because we just had a very deep, very passionate conversation. So we're gonna play candy or corn. I'm gonna ask you about some candies. If you eat the candy, you will say candy. If you will not eat the candy, you can say corn.
Okay.
All right, first candy, gobstopper.
Corn.
100 grams.
Corn.
Candy corn.
Definitely corn.
Okay. Rolo.
Candy.
Heath bar.
Candy.
Mike and Ike.
Corn.
Mounds.
Corn.
Skittles.
Candy.
Twix.
Candy.
And gummy bears.
Oh, definitely candy. I love gummy bears.
Well, that's it. That's the game. That's candy and corn. I just want to thank you, Dr. Tiffany Williams, before I let you go. Your story, your testimony. This is a great show. I love what you're doing for the community because we have to continue to be beacons of light in the places of darkness. And you are definitely one of those beacons of light. And you're definitely doing what God called you to do. You're living your purpose. And you're being a face of change where people don't see it. And I'm just so grateful to have you here tonight to do my podcast. I don't have the word. I don't. It's phenomenal. Like the last few shows this week have been some very phenomenal shows because the more I'm getting to know just these people who come through here to do this podcast, y'all amaze me with y'all stories because I get to know the person that we don't all get to see. So I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful for your story tonight. I'm so grateful for your testimony. Let people know where they can find your books and if you have any events coming up and how they can follow you.
My books are both on Amazon, and they can get them on Amazon or in person. I can be found. I have my Tiffany Williams page, the one that we're on now. I have a Dr. Tiffany Williams page where I do my ministry, my mentoring, and my entrepreneur. All of my business adventures from is on Dr. Tiffany Williams on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram at Dr. Williams 0413. Not did I say Instagram? Yeah, Instagram at Dr. Williams 0413. I am. And my Daniel 120 can be found on Facebook at D120 Tutoring. And I can be, if you need tutoring, mentoring, I can also be found at 318-423-4372 for any tutoring or educational needs or professional development for schools. I do all of that stuff. Even I do parental classes to help teach kids at home for those parents who are actually involved with their children after school, because we spend a lot of time depending on the school to do everything. We have to spend some time at home with our kids as well. So for those parents who don't understand how to teach their child, because I teach on the level of this thing called multiple intelligence. It's the different ways that kids learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I teach the parents how to take those different areas and teach their children so that their children can learn, and not only learn it but retain it. So that's how you can reach me. I'm always available, and I just want to see our children succeed, because like they are our future. They are the people. They are the ones who's going to carry this world, and we don't want to have a bunch of uneducated children trying to carry us while we're in our elderly age. I need a nurse who's going to take care of me when I'm older.
I know that's right. I say that a lot on my show. I'm a person that's about education first because I'm seeking in education. And I feel like with education, we can change stories, we can change the narrative of our community, we can change people's lives when we know that there's something different we can do. You don't always have to be about us cooking in someone's kitchen or using our hands. Let's use our brain.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
we got up on our shoulders. We can use this to do everything that we don't necessarily want to do. Imagine what happens when you use that brain power for something that you actually want to do.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that is like key for me. Like I'm such a big supporter of education that I want to see people talking about going to get a college education. You don't hear black people talking about a college education,
Right.
especially not black men. So
Absolutely. Okay.
we have to be in a space where we want to see people talking about going to get a college education.
Right.
Like their high school education is good, but going to get you a college education. I know they say that it's going to be a lot of debt and all of that. It is come with the territory of it. But think about how you can change your life.
Right. And I try to help kids, especially the ones who want to go to college, to pick the education or the career that's going to take them somewhere. Because there are a lot of dead college fields, a lot of dead college education out there that people are getting degrees in and never ever work in them. I am one of those people. I have 4 degrees and I've only used one of them because I went into the field. I went into a field. It really depends on the location where you are in the country. I went into a field that probably would have been more successful up north, but I wasn't told that. I wasn't taught that. So I went into what I liked at the time, not knowing that I was in the wrong part of the country to use it. So I try to tell the kids that I do help that make sure you pick a field that you, number one, you're going to go to work and enjoy, because I can't stand being on a job where I'm unhappy. And number two, make sure you can go in a field that you're actually going to be able to get a job in the area if you're not planning on leaving this area, because then you just end up with a lot of debt. So that's why a lot of people, especially in our community, don't want to go to college. Oh, I ain't gonna never use it anyway, because they are ill informed. So we have to educate them about everything, about it all, about getting an education. And I try to tell my son that education is great. It is. But if you have education and no wisdom, you still lost.
That's it. That's it. With that being said, Dr. Tiffany Williams, thank you for coming through tonight.
Thank you
You
for having
definitely
me.
are always welcome back to a Lil Tea Time. If you have some things that are going on, I'm gonna read the comment from Phaedra Sykes. That's correct. I teach the same thing. What are you truly interested in and available in the area that you are in? I love that. Thank you, Phaedra Sykes. Thank you. Um, Again, thank you so much, Dr. Tiffany Williams. I got to get rid of these last 2 tickets and wrap up tonight's show, but it has been such an honor to meet you. I look forward to seeing more things that you're doing in the community. And you keep me posted. You keep me posted on things. If there's something that I can do to come through, support what you're doing, let me know. I will definitely try my best.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on the show. It has been a joy. I promise you, it's great. And I have to tell everybody who gave me a heads up that it was everything that they told me it would be.
Thank you so
So
much. I
kudos
love
to
this.
you
I
and
do this
everything that
because,
you're doing.
ma'am,
I said kudos to you and everything that you're doing. And
thank
I
you.
wish you the best. And I pray God's blessings over you and that you continue to soar and go higher, and that you continue to bring light to other people. And while you're bringing light to others, you're also bringing light to yourself.
Thank you so much. Really, I mean it. And the reason why I'm saying thank you is because there are some days when this is hard for me to do these shows. And some days when it's hard for me to do this because I don't feel like I'm reaching people um, all the time when I'm doing this. I don't always feel like I'm making a difference. I do this because I want to promote brands and I want to see people win. I have a winning spirit and I have a winning attitude on life because I've changed my mindset with everything that I've been through. And just to get those words from you tonight, thank you so much because that validates what I'm doing so much more.
Right. Just keep doing what you're doing. If my thing is, Jared, if you reach one, they're talking about somebody else.
Okay.
And somebody else is talking about somebody else. Because the person that told me about you, I didn't even know that they've ever been on your show. But they called to check, because they thought my show was yesterday. So they called me today to check on, see how the show was. And I was like, it's not to today. And she was like, well, I was like, well, I'm kind of nervous. She was like, don't be nervous. It's going to be great. And you're going to do great. And he's a great person. So they're watching you. And don't get despised with the small numbers. Be blessed with the small numbers. God is going to expand your territory. Be grateful for the small numbers.
And I am.
And he'll make you ruler over many. He'll have people lining up. You continue to do what God called you to do. He'll have people lining up waiting for it's tea time. And sooner or later, you'll be in a studio doing it's tea time. On TV doing it's tea time.
All right. I've accepted all blessings over my life tonight. I've accepted it all. We'll be here. We'll be here going into the spirit. Because I'm a spiritual person, first and foremost. And we'll be here just talking. Because I know what God doing.
Okay.
I know what He's doing. I've been trusting Him and trusting Him and trusting Him and trusting Him. I ain't giving up.
And don't stop. Keep trusting Him. He gonna take you exactly where your vision is. Whatever you and God's vision is, you gonna get there.
I see it every day. Thank you. Thank you. We got to go. We'll be here.
I'm going to get them tickets out because my mama texting me telling me, oh, I hope I win them tickets.
Okay. So while I got you here, it's on a simple $5 donation to get in the raffle. To get your name pulled for a ticket. If y'all are watching right now, it's only a $5 donation to get your name in the hat for the raffle. So send your $5 donation to $ Jarek D as in dog Thomas 34 to get your name in the hat. I already got one of my names that's still in here. They've been waiting all week, so I kept them in. Now I'm just waiting to see who is willing to get in on tonight's raffle. These tickets are gonna go tonight.
What's your cash app again, Jared?
$ JERRICK, the letter D, Thomas THOMAS 34.
34?
Yes, ma'am. So
she gonna have me buying tickets because she's trying to get some tickets.
All right, well, I'm trying to get rid. I've been getting rid of them all week. This is the last one. I'm super excited to see who's going to win these tickets tonight. I'm trying to get as many names in this hat tonight because this is literally the last pair of tickets that gotta go. So I want y'all to be encouraged and get these tickets tonight because I literally got one name in this hat, and I want to be able to give somebody these tickets. So I'm very excited. It's been a long week of me giving away these tickets, and I'm excited to see who my final winner's going to be. Y'all please get in on tonight's drawing if you are interested in these tickets. And I'm going to do this drawing probably around like 8:10. So I don't have to hold everybody hostage right here on Facebook. I know we all got things to do. But this was a great show.
I agree. I had an awesome time.
It's a great show. Again, you guys, I hope everyone has gotten their minds made up to get in on tonight's drawing. Because I'm definitely ready to get these tickets away. Shout out to all of the winners this week who received their tickets. Thank y'all for everyone who participated in the drawing. So thank y'all to everyone who got in on the drawing this week who received their tickets. Shout out to Mary, shout out to Jadeva, and shout out to my mom who all got in on the drawing and won their tickets and received their tickets. It's been fun making people's week with these tickets. So I'm definitely excited to see who's going to win. We got 5 minutes before we do tonight's final drawing. So definitely looking forward to see who's going to get in on tonight's drawing. If you are definitely interested in just winning a chance in winning a ticket, just a simple $5 donation you need to get in the drawing tonight. Oh, Lord, I'm tired. I am. It's still not time yet.
It's been a day.
Yes. Yes. All right, you guys. 4 minutes. 4 minutes until tonight's drawing. This has been the hardest part of doing this week. This has been the hardest part. Okay. Miss Dukes. I got your name going in. Miss Dukes. Okay. Miss Dukes, your name is going in. So we have a contender for tonight's ticket. All right. 3 minutes. 3 minutes to go. I'm keeping you on because I just love this conversation that we had tonight.
Awesome. I love it too. It's been amazing. I didn't set any expectations because I didn't want to expect something and it wasn't that. But it was great. Oh my God. It was more than I would have expected.
Thank you,
were
sir.
doing great. Oh my God. And I watched a little bit of the one you did yesterday. I was driving, so I didn't get the chance to watch all of it. But you're doing an awesome job. Awesome job.
Thank you. Thank you. This show is just something that I was doing to promote my books, just so I can help raise money for me to go and finish my last semester of school. And it went from me meeting other artists and business owners and other authors. And I said, but let me use this platform to lift people up.
Mm-hmm.
And I have literally been doing this for a full year.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Where I have met people from Houston, Texas, to California, Washington, Alabama, Atlanta. Shreveport has turned it out. I have met so many people because I want to see people win.
Right.
It was bigger than me. The more that I kept doing this, the more that it became much bigger than me. And I'm just so blessed to be in a space where I can help lift people up because everyone don't have that ability to put themselves out there. So I'm in a space where let me help you. Just
Right.
have a little faith. Just have a little faith, and just take a leap. You never know what happens until you try.
Absolutely. Sometimes some people that's not. My pastor tell me this all the time because sometimes I get discouraged about where my businesses are, and he tell me that all you need is for the right person to put you in the right position, and you're gonna be that right person for somebody. You're going to be the person that put somebody on here to talk about their brand, talk about what they're doing, and somebody's watching and has been waiting and waiting and looking for what that person has to offer, and it's going to catapult what you're doing and what they're doing, because you're going to get blessed just for being the person who put them out there.
That's it. That's all I'm trying to. And I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not. I'm not even expecting anything. I just want to see someone. I don't want anything because I know what God got for me. God got for me. I just wanna. I just wanna just put you on the spot where it's your time. This is your time. This is your time. So go for what's yours. Go for what's yours. Don't wait for somebody to come and get you. You gotta go and get it. Go grab it and take it right now while you got time.
Right.
Okay, so I'm shaking the names up in the hat. We're gonna do this final drawing. All right. P Dukes, it's you. You got it.
Priscilla Dukes.
Priscilla Dukes, these are your final tickets. I'm gonna need you to give me some information how to get in contact with you, Priscilla, to get you your tickets.
That's my best friend. She won. Hey.
I want you to get your tickets. Definitely shoot me a message in my inbox of how I can reach you to get you your tickets. I will get you your tickets first thing tomorrow. So you will have your ticket and prepare to take a picture so people can see that you got your ticket.
Now you're gonna have to fight her for that one, Jed.
I ain't gonna fight her. I ain't gonna fight her. I'll just do a post and just tag her name to it.
Take that picture, girl.
But this has been a phenomenal night. It's been such a phenomenal night. So I just gotta basically just wrap things up, but I want you to hang out with me while I'm wrapping it up. Because you've been such an inspiration for me tonight. Really, I can tell you, if I tell you my story, we don't have the time to time. It'll take 5 lifetimes to tell my story.
You and mine both.
And I'm not ready yet to tell my story. I've told my story, but I ain't told all I can tell it bits and pieces.
In your own time.
Yes, when I tell my full story, gonna shock the world.
It's gonna save somebody else.
Yes, that's why these books are going out there. I'm just working while I can. That's why I'm working while I can. But let me do my wrap up real quick because I don't want to hold nobody else hostage. You guys get over to SaucySonyaSpices.com and use my coupon code Lil Tea Time, one word, and receive 5% off of your purchase, or save 10% off when you use my coupon code SPRING, and check out Chef Saucy's Fire Ass Cookbook right now available on Sonya Spice, SaucySonyaSpices.com and Amazon.com. You can also check out my books right now available at 421 Lake Street at Agora Borellis. It's the Coming Full Circle brand. The Confessions of a Conceited Drama King and Catching Up With Me, all available over there, as well as at Amazon.com. Just type search Jarius, JRAYIS, and you can check out my books. Get over to my TikTok and follow me on TikTok at TheJariusDion. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Jarek King Thomas. And you can also check out A Lil Tea Time via Spotify. So if y'all missed the shows, you can check them out on YouTube and on Spotify. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. For everyone who's at home watching, please comment and share. And remember the show's quote: opportunities knocking, you matter, let's build and go higher, Shreveport. And as I say after every single show, Remember to be great on purpose and not by accident. The future is now. I am Jerry, aka HRESD, your favorite published author's favorite published author. Shout out to Miss Priscilla winning these final tickets tonight. Shout out to my guest, Dr. Tiffany Williams, who hung out with me tonight. It has been such a pleasure. Now, I got to go feed my face and rest my legs. I got an event tomorrow. Y'all can come out and check us out at the Health, Beauty, and Queer Source fair tomorrow. It's going to be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So y'all do come out and have some fun with us. Until tomorrow, with my guest also, Miss Amber Marie at 5 o'clock. Y'all have a great night. Enjoy y'all's weekends. Please stay safe and stay blessed. Jared, out. Y'all ready? All right. Welcome to Lil Tea Time. Welcome to Lil Tea Time. Hi, Mom. I love you. Have a good night.